we are getting you a scripting formula that's going to help you increase your views and help you make your videos a lot faster. This is the same formula I used to get over 1 million views on my YouTube channel, and the few times I didn't use it, my views were terrible because people stopped watching within the first 30 seconds. So in this video, you're going to learn the exact scripting structure that you can use on your very next video, how you can get people to watch your video longer, and the mistakes you need to avoid so that you get more views on your video. Also, this is day 5 of my YouTube challenge that I would love for you to do with me. And like I said in my last video, part of the reason I'm doing this challenge is so that I can make sure I can record my videos no matter what my schedule is. So today, we are driving to St. Louis. First thing you have to do is think of your script as 4 parts. You've got your hook, the intro, the content, and then the segue. When you master this, your attention graphic is going to go from this to something like this. Your goal should be about 70%. You want 70% of your audience to still be watching after 30 seconds. The hook is the most important part of your video because if somebody clicks on your video after reading your thumbnail and your title and what they hear in the first few seconds does not line up with what they saw in that title and in that thumbnail, they're going to stop watching. So for instance, my thumbnail says, make scripting simple. And then I told you I'm going to show you how to script so that you get more views. So naturally, I need to be addressing those 2 things in the very first sentence of my video. And that's what I did. We are getting you a scripting formula that's going to help you increase your views and help you make your videos a lot faster. Next comes the intro. The intro has 2 parts. The first part is you are telling people that you got results with what you're about to share, or you help someone else get results with what you're about to share. I did this at the beginning of this video, telling you how many views I got on my channel with this scripting formula. But let's say you're making a recipe. So that would be a place for you to say, this is one of my family's favorite lasagna recipes. Or every time I make this recipe, my family goes wild because they love it so much. So again, it's just results proving that what they're about to get from you works. Then the next part of your intro is going to be you previewing what you're going to be covering in the video. This gives them structure so they know what's coming next and they get excited and they look forward to watching the entire video. In this video, I told you I was going to share the scripting formula. I was going to help you get people to watch your videos longer. And then I was going to give you some of the mistakes that people make that get people to stop watching so that you can avoid those mistakes. Now we have to figure out, are you going to bullet point or are you going to script word for word? I personally do a little bit of both. I script my hook to make sure that I'm intentional. I'm saying those words that I used in the title and the thumbnail, and then I bullet point the rest. Now, I used to script everything because I am a former news anchor, and that's just what we did until I was on a show in St. Louis.
What's up, St. Louis? I'm Timmy Zell.
I'm Virginia Kerr. Happens to be the person that I am having lunch with today. When I showed up to record the first episode of our show called The Thread, Tim did not believe in scripts. He had never used scripts in his entire 30 years of being in television. Eventually, I did adopt Tim's bullet point style scripting, but it took me a while. But once I finally got it, our show was a lot more fun to watch because we were having a lot more fun. I wasn't focused on memorizing lines and making sure I looked just right. I was being myself. And that's the same thing you want for your YouTube videos. Now, you can try it with the scripting because I did that for a while, and that's why I sounded like a weird presenter person, which I discussed in my last video. I scripted it so much that it took the personality out of the video. So that's why I only script the beginning and I bullet point the rest now. And I just put my bullet points in a notebook. It's real fancy, but you do want to have some kind of notes because you want to make sure that you are staying on topic. As soon as you go off topic and start showing random stuff, you have lost your viewer. You have to remember that most people who are watching don't know who you are. So they're just there for what you promised to give them in the thumbnail and the title. Now you can get a little bit more personal later on in the video. If I'd have started off with of me driving to St. Louis and not talking about the fact that I'm going to help you start scripting videos that get more views, you probably would not have stayed around. Something else you want to avoid is talking too much. Once you give them the answer that you promised them in the preview, it's time for you to move on to the next point. If you go on and tell a really long story, you've lost them, and now your views are going to go down, because the shorter your retention rate is, the less likely the algorithm is going to send out your video to more people. So we're trying to get them to watch until the end. The next way to get more views is with your segue, because we don't want them to watch just this video, we want them to watch the next video. So you segue from this video to the next one like this. Now that you know how to script to get more views on your video, you need to learn how to record to get more views on your video, and that's what we're covering next.